For 200 years, the Galactic Empire had ruled without fear. Its fleets had crushed rebels, burned enemy worlds, and forced thousands of species to obey. Commander Varric believed nothing in space could surprise him. Then the black ship appeared. It floated near the dead moon of Carthos, silent. It had no lights, no windows, and no visible engines. The surface was smooth, like dark metal. "Is it a wreck?" an officer asked. Varric studied the main screen. The ship was larger than an Imperial battleship, yet the scanners showed almost no power. "Send a warning," he ordered. The message went out. No answer came. Varric's fleet moved closer. 3 cruisers surrounded the strange vessel. Their weapons locked onto it. Then the black ship vanished. A second later, it appeared behind the entire fleet. The bridge became silent. "That is impossible," whispered the science officer. "No jump gate, no engine burst. Nothing." Varric felt cold for the first time in years. The unknown ship sent one message. "Imperial fleet, leave this system." The voice was calm. "Human." Several officers laughed. "Humans?" one captain said. "They barely reached the outer stars." Varric did not laugh. He ordered the nearest cruiser to fire a warning shot. Before the weapon could fire, every light on the cruiser went dark. Its engines stopped. Its shields vanished. Then the second cruiser failed. Then the third. The black ship had not fired once. A red symbol suddenly appeared on Varric's screen. The Imperial computer had found an old record, buried deep in forbidden files. The symbol belonged to a human war fleet that had disappeared 3,000 years ago. A final message flashed across the bridge. Identity confirmed. Human warship last horizon. Threat level, unknown. Survival chance, 0. Then the black ship slowly turned toward them. Commander Varric watched the black ship turn toward his fleet. No weapons appeared. No missiles launched. Still, every officer on the bridge stepped back from the screen. The last horizon looked silent and dead, but Varric knew it was watching them. "Open all weapon channels," he ordered. The science officer turned toward him. "Commander, the computer says our survival chance is 0. "Computers do not command this fleet," Varric replied. "I do." He ordered 20 battleships to form an attack line. Captain Elena Cross stood on the bridge of the human warship. Her face remained calm as hundreds of Imperial weapons locked onto her ship. A young human officer looked at her. "They are preparing to fire." Elena nodded. "Let them." The Imperial fleet attacked. Blue plasma beams, heavy missiles, and burning energy shells crossed the darkness. They struck the last horizon at the same moment. A huge explosion covered the ship. Imperial officers cheered. Varric allowed himself a small smile. Then the smoke cleared. The human warship was still there. Not one mark appeared on its black surface. The bridge became silent again. "That cannot be possible," the science officer whispered. Captain Elena gave one quiet command. "Return their weapons." The last horizon released a soft wave of silver light. Every Imperial missile stopped in space. Then they slowly turned around. Warning alarms screamed across Varric's bridge. The missiles locked onto the ships that had launched them. "Shut them down," Varric shouted. His officers tried, but the controls no longer answered. The human ship had taken control of the entire attack. A message appeared on every Imperial screen. "We gave you a chance to leave." Before Varric could reply, the dead moon behind the human ship began to shake. Deep cracks opened across its surface. Something massive moved beneath the rock. The last horizon had not come to fight the Empire. It had come because something far worse was waking up. The dead moon broke apart. Huge pieces of rock floated into space as a dark machine rose from below the surface. It was larger than a city. Long metal arms opened around it like the legs of a giant spider. Commander Varric stared at the screen. "What is that thing?" he asked. His science officer searched the oldest Imperial records. The answer made his face turn pale. "There is no Imperial file," he said. "But the human ship knows what it is." A new message came from the last horizon. "Do not attack it. Move your fleet away. Varric opened a channel. Human vessel, explain yourself. Captain Elena appeared on the main screen. She looked calm, but her eyes were serious. That machine is called the Devourer, she said. 3,000 years ago, it destroyed hundreds of human colonies. Varric frowned. Then why was it sleeping here? Because humans stopped it here, Elena answered. But they could not destroy it. The Devourer suddenly opened one red eye. A beam of black energy struck a nearby Imperial cruiser. The ship did not explode. It simply disappeared. Every officer on Varric's bridge froze. The Devourer was not only destroying ships. It was feeding on them. His body grew larger. Varric finally ordered his fleet to retreat, but it was too late. Thousands of small machines poured from the Devourer and rushed toward the Imperial ships. The last horizon moved between them. For the first time, hidden guns appeared across its black surface. White beams cut through the attacking machines with perfect aim. Captain Elena sent another message. The Devourer will be fully awake in 1 hour. After that, it will consume this entire system. Varric asked the question he feared most. How do we stop it? Elena looked toward something outside her bridge. We need the weapon your emperor hid beneath the Imperial capital. Varric's blood turned cold. Only the emperor knew that secret. Then a new fleet entered the system. The emperor had arrived. The emperor's fleet filled the stars. Hundreds of golden warships appeared around the broken moon. At the center was the Royal Crown, the largest battleship in the Galactic Empire. Commander Varric opened a channel at once. Your Majesty, the machine is waking. We must help the humans stop it. The Emperor appeared on the screen. His face showed no fear. Humans do not command the Empire, he said. Destroy their ship and capture its technology. Varric could not believe the order. The Devourer already destroyed one cruiser. Then take the human weapon before it destroys more. The Emperor ended the channel. Captain Elena watched the Imperial ships turn their weapons toward the last horizon. Her officer spoke quietly. They are targeting us again. Elena stood from her chair. Defense level 2. The black surface of the human ship began to move. Thick armor opened like metal wings. Hidden cannons rose from inside its body. A blue light spread around the ship. The Imperial fleet fired. Thousands of beams crossed space. The last horizon vanished before they reached it. It appeared inside the Imperial formation. One human pulse moved through the fleet. Weapons shut down. Engines failed. Shields disappeared. The human ship moved between the helpless battleships, but it did not destroy them. Varric understood the truth. The humans were holding back. Then the Devourer attacked. Dark machines rushed toward both fleets. Human guns opened fire, cutting them apart before they reached the Imperial ships. Captain Elena protected the same soldiers who had tried to kill her. Varric turned to his officers. Send all power to the human ship. Before they could obey, the Emperor's flagship broke away from the battle. It flew directly toward the Devourer. A secret transmission appeared on Varric's screen. The Emperor carried an ancient control key. He was not trying to destroy the machine. He was trying to become its master. The Emperor's flagship entered the Devourer through a wide opening in its metal body. Commander Varric watched in horror. Stop him, he ordered. But the Imperial ships could not move. Their engines were still disabled. Captain Elena turned the last horizon toward the Devourer. The Emperor does not understand the key, she said. It does not control the machine. It releases it. Inside the Devourer, the Emperor placed the ancient key into a dark control chamber. For 1 second, nothing happened. Then black cables wrapped around his arms. The Emperor screamed as the machine entered his mind. Across the system, the Devourer's red eye became brighter. A huge circle of energy opened behind it. The stars inside the circle were not from their galaxy. Thousands of dark shapes waited on the other side. More Devourers. Varric's science officer stared at the readings. If that portal opens fully, the galaxy will fall in days. Elena gave her crew one order. Prepare the core engine. The last horizon began to change. Its black armor pulled back. revealing a bright blue heart inside the ship. Varric opened a channel. "What are you doing?" "The only thing this ship was built to do," Elena answered. "We are going inside. No ship can survive that machine." Elena looked at the Devourer. "This is not an ordinary ship." The last horizon moved forward. Space bent around it, and its engines created a small burning star. Imperial officers covered their eyes as the human warship crossed the distance in 1 second. It entered the Devourer before the machine could close. The signal disappeared. For several silent moments, nothing happened. Then Elena's voice returned, weak and broken. "We reached the core. Fire at the portal." Varric looked at the human ship's last known position. Firing would close the portal, but it would also trap Elena and her crew forever. The Devourer began counting down. Portal opening in 60 seconds. 30 seconds, the science officer warned. Commander Varric stared at the open portal. Thousands of Devourers were moving closer from the other side. Elena's voice came through again. "Fire now." Varric closed his eyes for 1 second. Then he gave the order. Every Imperial ship aimed at the portal. Missiles, plasma beams, and heavy cannons fired together. The portal shook, but it did not close. Inside the Devourer, Captain Elena stood beside the damaged core engine. Half of the bridge was dark. Her crew had already escaped in small pods. Only Elena remained. The ship's computer spoke. "Final weapon ready. Survival chance 0. Elena gave a small smile. "That number has been wrong before." She activated the weapon. The last horizon released all its power into the Devourer's heart. A white light filled the machine. Outside, Varric saw cracks spread across the Devourer's body. The portal began to collapse. The dark ships on the other side rushed forward, but they were too late. The portal closed. The Devourer exploded. A wave of energy pushed the Imperial fleet across space. For several minutes, no one spoke. The human ship was gone. Varric lowered his head. Then an officer shouted, "Commander, look!" Space opened near the broken moon. The last horizon slowly appeared from a wall of blue light. Its armor was burned, but the ship was alive. Captain Elena returned to the screen. Varric could only ask one question. "How did you survive?" "The ship found a path between space," Elena answered. "The Emperor was gone, and the Empire had been saved by the human he tried to destroy." Later, Varric asked how many ships humanity had like the last horizon. Elena looked toward the stars. This was only the first. Far beyond Imperial space, thousands of black warships opened their eyes. The galaxy had feared one impossible human ship. Now the entire human fleet was awake.